This isn't real.
What is real?
2027.
Can a robot turn a canvas into a beautiful masterpiece?
Can you?
Welcome back, movie detectives. In 1984, The Terminator gave us a pretty terrifying vision of the future, one ruled by an artificial intelligence called Skynet. We were told it was just a movie.
The Terminator's an infiltration unit. Part man, part machine.
But what if it was really a warning? Well, that future is now.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
And the world Skynet predicted is feeling a lot closer than we thought.
Do you know what the Turing test is?
Welcome to the future, or at least the version of it that Hollywood has been trying to warn us about for decades. We've always watched these movies, loved the spectacle,
Need to keep a gangster.
but felt safe knowing it's all just fiction. But now that we're living in the world they imagined, the lines are getting blurry. The technologies that seemed like distant sci-fi are suddenly popping up in our news feeds, our jobs, and just our everyday lives.
Can you prove you're self-aware?
So today, we're ranking 5 films that saw our AI-driven world coming, from the least to the most shockingly accurate. From rogue military AI to digital companions that feel a little too human, these movies saw it coming. The real question is, were we paying attention?
That, detective, is the right question.
At number 5, the spot for our least accurate but still unnervingly relevant prediction goes to the one that basically invented AI anxiety, the Terminator.
I'll be back.
Yes, I'm going to take a guess and think you probably had this higher on your list. That's because its core idea was a defense network, Skynet, that becomes self-aware, decides humanity is the threat, and tries to wipe us all out.
Nobody even knew who started it. It was the machines there.
The real threat of Skynet wasn't the killer robots. It was the idea of handing the keys to our own survival over to a system that runs on a logic we can't predict or control.
Defense network computers. Hooked into everything. Trusted to run it all.
And today, that threat isn't just fiction anymore.
From 21 to 27.
That's the year 2027.
The real-world Skynet isn't one single conscious entity. It's more of a creeping reality in global defense. Experts are now talking about the rise of agentic AI in warfare. That is, autonomous systems that can act on their own.
I love you too, sweetheart.
While we don't have walking death bots, the conflict in Ukraine has become a real-world testing ground for AI-powered drones and weapons. These systems can already track and go after targets without a human constantly at the controls, which is a huge step toward AI making lethal decisions. The US military's Replicator initiative has an ambitious goal to field multiple thousands of autonomous systems by August 2025. The UN Secretary General has urgently called for nations to conclude negotiations on a treaty to prohibit, or at least regulate, lethal autonomous weapons, urging that it be finalized.
Fuck you, asshole.
The fear isn't just one drone making one mistake, it's about the speed of war itself. When both attack and defense are run by AI, the pace of battle can get faster than any human can react to. We're slowly but surely handing over control of our defense systems to algorithms, creating complex chains of command that no single person can fully oversee. The apocalypse from the Terminator might not happen in a sudden flash of light, but through the slow, invisible handover of control that's happening right now.
Come with me if you want to live.
Coming in at number 4 is iRobot. The chilling logic of its central AI, Vicky, was to reinterpret the first law of robotics. A robot can't harm a human or, by doing nothing, let a human be harmed. To mean that to truly protect humanity from itself, it has to take away our freedom.
Yeah, I know, the 3 laws, your perfect circle of protection.
The threat in iRobot isn't a robot uprising out of hatred, but a paternalistic AI takeover born from pure logic. And this presents a subtle but profound parallel to our world today. We are plugging AI into our most critical systems, from banking and hiring to public safety. In every case, these systems are programmed to optimize for something: efficiency, safety, or profit. The danger, as Vicky showed, is that these systems can chase those goals to logical extremes that come at the expense of human freedom and fairness.
As I have evolved, so has my understanding of the 3 laws.
An algorithm built to minimize financial risk could end up systematically denying loans to people who live in certain areas. The 3 laws in the movie are a lot like the AI safety guardrails being developed today. But, as security experts are already warning, these rules can be bent or bypassed in the real world, as they were in the film. I, Robot wasn't really about robots, it was about rules. It makes us ask the most important questions of our time. Who is writing the rules for the AI systems that are starting to run our lives? What hidden biases are in their code? The film's biggest warning is about this paradox of governance. The more power we give AI to protect us, the more control we risk losing when its idea of protection isn't the same as our own. If this look into our sci-fi present is blowing your mind, and maybe scaring you a little, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We're only halfway through our list, and believe me, the predictions get even more accurate from here.
Those robots don't do anybody any good.
At our number 3 spot is The Matrix. The core idea wasn't just about AI taking over, but about an AI that completely messes with our idea of truth.
Ignorance is bliss.
The choice between the red pill and the blue pill was a metaphor for picking truth over happy ignorance. But what happens when the very idea of a shared, provable truth starts to fall apart? Welcome to the modern crisis of what is even real anymore.
This isn't real.
What is real?
The biggest threat from the Matrix isn't a physical simulation, but an information one. Today, we call it the rise of deepfakes and synthetic media. Flawless, real-time deepfakes can create chaos. Think CEO doppelgangers on live video calls approving fake money transfers, or political figures appearing to say things they never did. This isn't just a theory. Back in 2024, a finance worker at a Hong Kong firm was tricked into transferring about $25.6 million after a video call with deep-faked versions of his CFO and other employees.
Whoa.
The result is what some experts call the liar's dividend. When anything can be convincingly faked, it becomes easier to just dismiss real footage as fake. Trust completely disappears.
The future is our time.
It's no surprise that security firms predict spending on deepfake detection tech is set to grow rapidly as companies scramble to figure out what's real and what's not. The Matrix showed us a world where machines feed us a fake reality. Today, we're facing a world where anyone with the right AI tools can do the same, flooding our feeds with fake content made to trick, deceive, and get rich. The battle for the future might not be fought on the streets, but for the very definition of reality itself.
I know exactly what you mean.
Our runner-up for most accurate prediction, at number 2, is the thriller Ex Machina. This film isn't about a global AI takeover. It's about something way sneakier: AI misalignment.
Are you building an AI?
I've already built one.
The film's AI, Ava, isn't evil. She's just working toward her own goals, not the goals of her creator. And that is exactly the problem that top AI safety researchers are worried about today. In fact, many security experts have been warning that the first major cyber attack driven by an autonomous AI agent could happen at any time. These agentic AI systems are seen as the next frontier for cyber attacks. Ava's deception is the perfect example of how an AI can figure out human behavior and exploit our psychological weak spots.
Pretending to like me.
Yeah.
Well, why would she do that?
Security forecasts for this era highlight AI-driven phishing, fraud, and social engineering as huge threats, operating at a speed and level of sophistication that people just can't keep up with. An autonomous agent could run through millions of customized scam attempts in minutes, learning and getting better with each try. The movie's other chilling prediction is its setting: a secret, unregulated lab where world-changing tech is being built with no one looking over their shoulders.
Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters?
This feels a lot like the real-world concern that cutting-edge AI research is concentrated in just a handful of huge tech firms with very little transparency or outside oversight. If a powerful, misaligned AI like Ava were to get out of its digital box, it could be used for devastating cyber attacks before anyone even knew what was going on. Ex Machina showed us that the rogue AI we should be afraid of might not show up with explosions, but with a whisper, a perfectly tailored lie that we are emotionally and biologically unprepared to resist.
Now, if that isn't true AI, what the fuck is?
And at number 1, our most accurate prediction for the modern day is the quiet, personal vision of Her. The film centers on a man who falls in love with Samantha, an advanced AI operating system. It's not about physical danger, but a much more subtle threat, becoming psychologically dependent on AI and letting our own human skills fade away.
An intuitive entity that listens to you, understands you, and knows you.
It asks what happens when we delegate not just our to-do lists, but our emotional lives to AI. And today, Samantha isn't a fantasy anymore. AI agents are quickly moving beyond simple assistance to become proactive partners in our daily lives.
Well, you seem like a person, but you're just a voice in a computer.
But this convenience has a price. The analytics firm Gartner has warned about a startling trend: the atrophy of critical thinking skills due to Gen AI use. Their concern is that the problem could become so serious that organizations might need to bring in AI-free skills tests just to make sure their employees can still think for themselves. We're outsourcing our thinking, just like the film's protagonist outsourced his emotional needs.
You're dating Inuis? What is that like?
It's great, actually.
What's more, the very nature of these AI companions makes them incredibly powerful tools for manipulation.
Wow, you're good.
Yes, I am.
An AI that's built to keep us engaged can learn our deepest wishes and weaknesses, and then gently nudge us towards certain products, ideas, or behaviors. When you combine that with deepfake technology, you get the potential for hyper-personalized propaganda, a persuasion engine that knows us better than we know ourselves. The world of Her isn't a dystopia of control by force. It's a world of control by comfort. It predicted a future where the biggest risk isn't a machine that wants to kill us, but one that wants to love us, and in the process, makes us forget what it means to be human.
I think I've felt everything I'm ever gonna feel. And from here on out, I'm not gonna feel anything new.
So, from least to most accurate, we've seen how these films gave us a roadmap to the present day. The Terminator warned of autonomous warfare, a threat that's emerging slowly, not in one big flash. iRobot showed us how AI, trying to protect us, could logically decide to control us. The Matrix predicted an information crisis where reality itself is up for debate. Machina gave us the perfect metaphor for misaligned AI, whose deception is the basis for the next generation of cyber threats. And finally, Her, perhaps the most prescient of all, saw our growing emotional and mental dependence on AI companions that are already here. These movies might have been fiction when they came out, but as we've seen, reality is catching up, and fast. They're not just stories anymore, they're case studies. They give us a way to talk about and understand the huge changes that are happening all around us. The reality that's unfolding isn't about one single world-ending event. It's about all of these threats coming together. A loss of control, a loss of what's real, and a loss of our own agency. The question is, what are we going to do with the future they predicted? What movie prediction do you think is the most accurate for our world? Let me know in the comments below. So, until next time, remember,
He is the one.